Chosen one, hip hop rapper extraordinaire, video game enthusiast. I'm noticing that a lot of people are talking about GameStop and why it went under, but I think at the end of the day, you should probably talk to experts. There's some retard that works there, like some guy who, like, at the end of the day, worked there for longer than they should have. Oh fuck, that's me.
Yo, Jay Chosen One, the mightiest of the mighty. Humans are social animals, man.
Bore you with all the schematics. Yes, at one point I worked at GameStop. I was one of the seasonal associates during the Christmas rush. And the Christmas rush I worked at, I have to tell you about one thing that showed the incompetence of fucking GameStop. It's one thing when you're working there. It's another thing when, like, you just realize that, like, the setup is fucking idiotic. In general, let's talk about the GameStop rental program. Dun dun dun! GameStop, a chode of a game store, attempted to save itself by rehashing ideas that failed with Blockbuster a long time ago. This disclaimer. I thought working at GameStop was something totally different than it really was. As you know, I'm a fucking gamer supreme here. Here's some games I have. This is Rambo. Terrible fucking game. I don't know why I picked that one. Show. Mega Man 3. Maybe not as good as Mega Man 2. Hey, smartwatch. I even got games from GameStop itself. Like, this is ridiculously underpriced, and I'm also a pro player. I actually recommend you do that if you buy a lot of shit from them. But in general, I thought at the end of the day, I gotta work for GameStop. So I sent in a million applications to every single store in my area, and the one that hired me was actually at a mall, which was something I thought would be cool because when I was younger, I'll have a video on it later, but like I was too ugly to be at the mall. You think I'm handsome now? You should see me when I was like real ugly, ugly. Sloth from the Goonies. I look like him. Let's cut that real quick. Boom. I always dreamed of working at the mall, but I did look like Sloth from the Goonies. Here's an actual picture of me attempting to run. Well, not really. Oh, after that totally necessary fucking cutscene about me being fat for a second. Anyways, I ended up getting hired at GameStop at the mall, and I'm not gonna go into the hiring practices. I'm actually just gonna go into different things that you need to know about this stupid fucking rental program. But what people need to know is, as a seasonal employee, I was never really hired. What people don't know is that GameStop in general runs on a series of hours, right? So they are so unprofitable. They came up with this idea where each day is valued in a certain amount of hours that you can allocate to different employees, including the manager and the people that are higher ups. So let's say you have 20 hours for the whole day, right? Let's say the manager, he has to work 8 hours. He's gonna work 8 hours. There's 12 hours left for the rest of the day, right? So let's say you have someone else that's gonna work 8 hours because they need the money and they're like the manager's friend. That's 16 hours. Someone's gonna like get 4, or someone's get 2. You could even get 1 hour. Like, it was really ridiculous. But during the holiday season, they're trying to push because your hours are determined about how effective you are or how much the manager likes you. Honestly, my manager liked me a lot. He shouldn't have hired me in the first place because I think he knew that I was off to bigger and better things, but he just knew I knew about retro gaming, as you all can see, because I'm a fucking retro head. But anyways, what happened was, I was working there, and what happened was, to be an employee, I thought you had to be a good study. I always want to be somebody on top of the game, and I'm like, I'm getting more hours because I'm the most knowledgeable person here. That's bullshit. It doesn't work like that at all. Anyways, I would study about it. At the time, GameStop was really hemorrhaging money, and they still are. This is when they were first starting to hemorrhage money. So they came up with this idea of a rental program, right? But what was funny for me is, even though the rental program technically was going on when I was working there, we never got training in it. And you know why? Because my manager was super smart and knew it wasn't going to work out. He knew from beforehand that the fucking thing they were trying to do was bullshit. Does anyone remember the program? The program ran like this. All the old and used games, you could rent them for about a week for an unlimited pass for so much money, and then you could just have unlimited game throughout the year. And at the end of the year, if you like the game a lot, you could pick one game to keep for yourself. Here's where GameStop fucked the whole thing up. they never test marketed it. I'm big on test marketing, right? So what ended up happening, 1 week, 1 week after they had announced it, they realized their computers could not handle fucking putting the fucking inventory into the thing and taking out. What people don't know, like, about GameStop is it's super antiquated. The computer system's old as shit. If you ever notice when we're using like the fucking the fucking iPads and things like that, we're actually logging onto the website as opposed to our own site. We're actually seeing the same shit that you see. And what was weird about my location was that our internet sucked, right? So a lot of times I would just check shit on my phone, and it looks so unofficial because you see this motherfucker. I have the name tag, I have the fucking iPad on my side, and I can't get the iPad to work. And now I'm checking my phone, and they're like, "This guy's an idiot. Like, why is this guy doing this shit?" And it was fucking stupid. Like, so what was really whack was, like, at the end of the day, just because my manager was street smart to know, like, fuck, this shit's not gonna work. And not to mention, we had the smallest fucking used lineup ever because we were in a mall. We never fucking implemented it. But it was funny to me because it got quick, real quick, after a week. And the only reason I knew about it because I researched the company. They didn't tell us shit about this rental program. Like, I asked my manager, about to say his name, I asked my manager about it. He's like, "Yeah, that's true. It's gonna happen. I don't think it's gonna work." And he was right. He was fucking right. And this is the kind of shit that would happen at GameStop all the time, where programs and shit that we're supposed to be doing, we had no fucking idea what was going on. Like, it's dumb because, like, the first thing they do when they hire you is they give you like a screen name, like things to look up on your fucking thing. But if you're never on the cash register, you're not a manager, you really never have to know that shit. You know what I mean? Like, my thing that bothered me the most was just at the end of the day, like, a lot of shit was fucking shady as fuck. Like what people don't know is GameStop makes money from used games. And so a lot of times, like, what people didn't know is that, like, like, something would go on sale for like new, but we wouldn't tell people. Or, like, at the end of the day, like, the original price is cheaper than the sale price. That happened a couple times. You know what I mean? And that's the funny thing. Like, those stickers you see on there are so bullshit. We come up with shit all the time. And it was fucking terrible. Terrible. And so, like, at the end of the day, like, the rental program, nobody remembers it, and no one should fucking remember it all because it was fucking stupid. Here's what bothers me about that whole rental thing was we had just seen Blockbuster go under. It was a while back, but, like, we're going to use ideas from people that failed in the new century to see if we keep doing the same shit we've been doing. It was dumb as fuck. And it was really retarded to me because what was weird about the whole situation was, I get when you want to rent the PS3 games. I get when you want to rent the Wii games and shit. What happens when we got like we're displaying Super Mario in the front, or we're super, we have like Mega Man 3 here in the front, We're gonna let people rent those and possibly take them from us for nothing. Like, it was the dumbest shit ever. And, like, what was funny to me was, like, by me being super educated about the stuff, about our own programs and shit like that, it was really funny because at the end of the day, it didn't fucking matter. Like, at the end of the day, they're looking for sales numbers. If you don't know shit about games, but you're a pretty girl and you're in a video game store, people are gonna ask to you to help them all the time. It was fucking crazy. Because at my store, let's just say there were a couple people there that, like, weren't like tens, but to nerd people, these women were like freaking amazing. Like, it was funny to me because I thought it was weird. I'd help all these people, but then at the end of the day, it's like they'd get ring up by a girl because they would like that. They would like to think that somehow this would help them with them, even though they're pushing their enormous glasses back to their face, or they are eating a donut at the same time. But anyways, that was a rental program. Bullshit for a week. Bullshit for a week. Hey, Dingleberry Crunch, why don't you like, comment, and subscribe, or tell me I suck. Tell me I suck a lot. That would make me happy.